Hey folks, my name is Joel Griffith. I'm the CEO and founder of browserless.io. Now, one of the questions we often get is, what exactly is browserless? And browserless is a service that lets you do stuff automatically that you would normally do manually. You can use libraries like Puppeteer, Playwright. We also have REST APIs, but anything from doing PDFs to screenshots to filling in web data, all of that stuff you can do in browserless and scale it really highly. So now that you know a little bit about what browserless is and what it can do, the next question is, where is it? We run browserless in two different places. The first is our hosted cloud, which is really easy. You sign up for an account, get an API token to access the service, and you're off and running and can scale pretty much infinitely. The second place is locally. So everything's packaged up in a Docker container. Once you have that installed locally, you can run it locally. You can run it in the cloud on AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and just run with it from there. So why was browserless built? We built it for two things really. The first was, Puppeteer, all these other libraries just kind of come with all this stuff naturally. The problem is when you go to production, sometimes not all that works, and a lot of times it won't work at the scale you think it will. You have to keep up with security updates, you have to deal with things like fonts not being there, and just a whole other swath of issues, after you've been in production for a little bit with it. The second reason that we really recommend using something like browserless is that it separates Chrome from your core infrastructure. So you wouldn't necessarily go to production with API code right alongside your MySQL database on the same machine. You want both of them to be separate, and that's in case one of them goes down, it doesn't bring the other one with it. We found this really to be true with headless Chrome. If headless Chrome dies, it can bring down your service. It could, stop everything, and you absolutely don't want that to happen. All right, so I think the next best thing to do is to show you a little bit of code, how you can use browserless, why it's so quick and easy to get started. Really simple to talk about browserless, but it's usually helpful to see it. I have a little bit of code here I wanted to show everyone. Pretty simple. We're using Puppeteer and Node.js, but there's essentially two functions I wanted to talk about. The first is run local. So this will do a launch of Chrome locally, as you can see by puppeteer.launch. I have headless set off so we can see it start up and close down. There's also a run browserless. So this, instead of launching Chrome locally, will connect to an existing browser instance. So puppeteer.connect is the method, and you give it a browser websocket endpoint, or WS as they say in a lot of these things. So we're going to do browser WS endpoint, and we're going to give it our chrome.browserless.io URL. I have my token that I'm pulling from my environment variables, and I'm going to drop that in here to connect. Very simple script after that. We're going to connect, start a new browser. That browser is going to make a new page. We're going to go to the Hacker News website, print the title, and then we're going to close. So pretty straightforward. So let's run this. Now you'll see that web browser started and closed really quickly. I'll do that one more time just so you can see it. So launched, new page, opened, logged the title. That's what we see here, logging the title, Hacker News. Now I'm gonna flip this over. Instead of using run local, we're gonna use run browserless. And instead of seeing something happening now, you'll see nothing, but you'll still see a result. And that's again, because nothing has changed application-wise. We have, a little bit of code here that runs, but instead of connecting to Chrome locally and launching it, we're actually connecting to browserless in the cloud.